Hi friends, welcome back to Quick Poetry Knowledge, and this is Mehjabeen. In today's video, I'm going to talk about the exact nature of William Shakespeare's married life. Much is imagined about how his married life was. We don't have accurate information about how his married life was, but then he got married at a very young age. He was only 18 years old when he got married, and to a woman who was much older than him, Anna Hathaway. She was older than him by 8 years. She was 26 and he was 18 when they got married. And then he relocated to London around 5 years after his marriage, and there in London he spent around 24 years of his married life without his wife. His wife was based in Stratford and he was in London. In Shakespeare's plays, basically in his tragedies like Hamlet, Macbeth, Othello and King Lear, we get a good idea about some painful circumstances that might have happened in William Shakespeare's life. Of course, we know that he lost his son. He had 3 children, and he lost his son at a very young age. The son was around 11 years old when he died. But apart from that, we don't have much information about what his other sorrows were. But the truth is that he spent a good deal of his married life, 24 years apart from his wife in London, and that is why it is speculated that his married life was unhappy, and also because he devoted so many of his sonnets to the fair youth and also to a dark lady. So it is believed that he was unhappy with his personal life. In his personal life he was not happy. But then one important situation in his life lead us to believe that there must have been a certain degree of stability and peace and security in his marriage, primarily because at the peak of his career in London, when he was a poet, he was a sonnet writer, and then he was an actor, he was a dramatist, playwright. At the peak of his popularity, after crossing 24 years in London, he moved back to Stratford to live with his wife and 2 daughters for the remainder of his life. And this important decision, this important situation in his life gives us to understand that William Shakespeare was perhaps not the unhappy husband that is like imagined, that is portrayed or by critics, or that is reflected around his work. So this is the basic message that I wanted to convey. Although we see that he was a passionate lover, he had strong emotions, he was a great admirer of beauty, both in females and males, and his characterization was very, very strong in his plays, and he was a deeply sensitive person and very sensual also. A strong element of sensualism is visible in his works, in his huge collection of works, and it is also a truth. It is also a fact that he had lived apart from his wife for a good deal of his married life. 24 years he had passed in the city, but in city of London. But then these are certain steps that he must have taken in order to um, change the financial situation of his life, and also in order to uh, progress in the field of his career and professional life. And so just because he had remained apart from his wife for such a long period of time, and just because he got married very early, and that too to a woman who was much older than him, it is, I don't think it is very correct to estimate that there was a deep sense of bitterness or frustration or sadness in his marriage. So with that, I come to the end. Consider subscribing to this channel if you like this kind of content, and I'll see you again very soon.